Good morning, everyone. I'm Riley King, broadcasting live in the Lakes region, in our Lakes region studio. And welcome to the Riley King Newscast. Let's begin. First up, police investigate 2-year-old death in Manchester. Let's take a listen to the video from WMUR News 9, Charisse LeClaire.
I'm TJ Howard, General Manager of Century Roofing. Call me today to arrange a free estimate and to reserve your 2018 roof replacement. Always remember, Century Roofing.
We got you covered!
Well, Tom, the neighbors we've spoken with, as you can imagine, say this is just heartbreaking for this community. They say they saw that family playing outside with their child just last night. They also told us this has been an active police scene since about 3:30 this afternoon. Now, all Manchester police have been able to tell us is that a 2-year-old was taken to a hospital in distress today and later passed away. Now, we've seen multiple police officers walking throughout this area, talking to neighbors and looking around, but so far they've not revealed any more information about the toddler or the circumstances leading up to the death. Neighbors are just trying to deal with such a tragic situation here.
Oh my God. They had out on the swing last night playing.
And right now, the AG's office tells us they are not involved in this investigation. Live in Manchester, I'm Charisse LeClaire, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Roof of nearly 160-year-old church collapse. Let's take a listen to the video from WCVB, Boston.
Lexington has the best selection of outdoor furniture and accessories, from porch, patio, and deck furniture to statuary, fountains, and more. Our garden center has perennials, annuals, trees, and shrubs arriving daily. Seasons 4, the outdoor living store.
A stitch of ceiling left up there.
The pews are buried.
The entire ceiling fell.
In a mangled mess of wood and plaster.
The lumber, the lath, the plaster, it's a mess. It's a disaster.
The entire 50 by 50 foot ceiling at Living Faith United Methodist came crashing down around 3 o'clock.
Oh, I felt it and I heard it, yes. Yeah, it was very loud. Yeah, like an earthquake.
A neighbor heard the boom as thousands of pounds of material gave way.
They were supposed to have a meeting here tonight, and I think there would have been a lot of fatalities.
Firefighters have no doubt that anyone inside would have been killed.
It could have been so much worse, and thanking God that it wasn't.
But thankfully, the church was empty.
One of the blessings, though, we just got a new piano, and that part of the ceiling didn't collapse.
The building commissioner has deemed the 159-year-old church unsafe.
It's very unusual. It's not something that happens with any frequency at all.
Shutting it down until structural engineers can assess the extent of the damage.
Thank God that we're here, we're safe, and we're worshiping God.
And tonight, the building commissioner says that everything here at this church actually checked out back in December, so it's not clear exactly what went wrong today.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Residents march against racism after assault in Biddeford. Let's take a listen to the video from WMTW News 8, Aaron Dixon in Maine.
Chad wanted a new Ram truck, and he knew where to go. I went straight to the Lee Ram Truck Center. Where else would you go? No fuss.
According to the Attorney General's office, on April 15th, 2 white men from Biddeford violently attacked an African-American man outside of 7-Eleven. And tonight, members of the community gathered to take a stand.
This march is only the first of many steps in creating a town where justice, inclusion, and equity are the norm.
Speaking to a crowd outside City Hall, activist Shay Stewart Boulay asked the question, are you ready to stand against racism?
People are looking at things that are happening in other parts of the country, but to have something that happened in this community where many people live and work means it's really time to have that conversation.
And for the dozens who marched through downtown Biddeford this afternoon, their answer was clear, that racism and violence cannot be tolerated.
So really for me, it's about let's start the dialogue, let's start moving the needle. So this is the starting point.
Some of the best messengers of equality, the youngest among the crowd.
People need to be respected.
Don't matter their skin color, matter like who the person are, like the personality. Are they a good person?
Leaving people like Lynn Maravel feeling positive about the future.
Of course I'm optimistic. We'd all give up if we had no optimism. Some of us have been dealing with issues like this for a very long time. Some people are new. But what we can't do is lose hope, and we can't stop being vocal. And we can't stop being supportive of people who are being hurt.
As far as those two men, they're now facing civil charges for violating the Maine Civil Rights Act, as well as criminal charges for aggravated assault. In Biddeford, Aaron Dixon, WMTW News 8.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Hero teacher tackled gunman. Student says most people would never dare. Let's take a listen to the video from ABC News.
A story of heroism. What could have been another school massacre stopped by a single brave teacher. An armed student opening fire in Indiana. That teacher and a young girl wounded. Students evacuated from Noblesville Middle School. Dozens of police officers swarming the scene. Parents rushing to get their kids. This just 1 week after the school massacre in Santa Fe, Texas. Eyewitnesses say the wounded teacher was shot more than once, heroically confronting the student who had 2 handguns. ABC's Alex Perez leads us off.
Students running for safety, distraught parents embracing their children after yet another school shooting. But this time, the quick-thinking actions of a teacher may have stopped it from becoming a massacre.
All units, active shooter, Noblesville West Middle School.
The moment of terror unfolding at 9:06 this morning in a 7th grade classroom at this middle school in Noblesville, Indiana. Authorities say students were taking a test when a male student asked to be excused.
He left the classroom. He then returned armed with 2 handguns.
The gunman opening fire, hitting a student and a teacher. But that teacher, Jason Seaman, according to students inside the classroom, may have saved their lives, launching a basketball at the gunman to distract him and then charging.
After 3 seconds or so, he just started shooting. Mr. Seaman immediately was yelling and running right at him and tackled him straight to the ground.
That injured teacher then directing students to run for help. How lucky do you think you are and the other students in that classroom?
If it weren't for him, a lot of us could have been hurt. He pretty much protected all of us.
Authorities swarming the scene, students escorted on buses out to safety.
I do see heavily armed officers there protecting them, walking them out. You see some kids running there. I'm sure this is terrifying.
That teacher and student rushed to hospitals tonight where they're being treated. This shooting coming just a week after 10 were gunned down in a Texas high school. Something not lost on Kaylee Osborne, whose dad raced to the school moments after the shooting.
It could have been us, and it basically was, and it just needs to stop.
And Alex Perez joins us live by the middle school where that shooting took place. Alex, that student telling you not even bullets could stop the teacher from taking down the alleged gunman.
That's right, Tom. That teacher, just remarkable. First throwing that basketball to distract the gunman, then running towards the bullets and holding him down until help arrived. The gunman was not injured. He is in police custody. Tom?
That teacher, the definition of bravery. All right, Alex, thank you.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. And that does it for the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. I hope you all have a great day, everyone, and see you back here later on today. Goodbye.